I'm my own worst enemy, only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny.
So on the dyno today for development, we've got a very nice Ducati Streetfighter. This is Ducati's super naked, the hyper performance 204 brake horsepower V4. Before we start doing the dyno runs and preparing this bike, I'd just like to ask you to subscribe to the channel. It really does help us out, and we'll keep you posted on any new videos that we've uploaded. The biggest complaint that customers have with these bikes is that they have a very snatchy throttle. The bikes are actually limited at higher RPM and low throttle, and they're also limited in first, second, third and fourth gear to produce only about 150 brake horsepower. Generally speaking, these bikes make about 183 to 185 brake horsepower at the back wheel. This bike has had the cat removed. It has been removed from the standard back box, so it's not a full decat system. It's just the original pipe with the innards of the cat removed. We're going to run it up on the dyno, see how it's fueling, and then we're going to come up with a tuning strategy for that. Okay, so we've done the base runs on this bike now, and from here you can see that the bike actually made 156 brake horsepower at the back wheel in fourth gear, and bearing in mind first, second and third and fourth are restricted, and 189 in fifth and sixth gear. As you can see from these plots here, these are the plots for 40, 60, 80 and 100% throttle openings, and you can see apart from maybe 100% throttle, we're going to need to add fuel everywhere on this bike. The fueling really is very lean at partial throttle openings, and this is what's going to cause the latency and the lumpy running. Okay, so let's upload a map to the bike and let's make sure that we've actually achieved what we wanted to achieve. Okay, so at 100% throttle, we've gained a little bit of power. We've gained 6 brake horsepower at the back wheel. The bike's gone up from 189, because obviously it's already decatted, to 195. The fueling we've got pretty much spot on. Well, it's exactly spot on. It's exactly how we wanted it. But the biggest gains are to be made at partial throttle. And here you can see at 40%, the fueling we've got exactly perfect, exactly where we wanted it. It was lean everywhere. And you can see fairly clearly that the bike would actually only rev to about 10,000 RPM at 40% throttle openings. Now the bike revs all the way out to the red line. Not only that, you can see that it's producing a huge amount more power everywhere. That power is so much more smooth. It's totally different. It's like riding a different bike. With the stock bike, you can see that the power output is actually very, very lumpy, and really it should be producing a lot more power than that at 40% throttle. The other metric that we can actually use is the amount of time that the engine actually takes to rev out. At 60% throttle, the bike will take 24 seconds to rev out. With the modified file, it now takes 16 seconds. That's a 33% increase in performance. At 80% throttle, the rev out time has dropped from 10 seconds to 8.5. So even towards the top end of the rev range, we're knocking something like 15% off the rev out time. On the road, that should translate into a much smoother ride and a much more responsive and progressive throttle. Well, that's about all for the Streetfighter. We hope you've enjoyed the video. We hope the customer's going to enjoy his bike. We're pretty sure that he's going to enjoy his bike. If there's any comments that you've got, drop them in the comment section below. If there's anything else you'd like us to do, or there's a bike in particular that you'd like us to develop, drop it in the comment section below, and do drop us a like and a subscribe. It really does help us out.